Hi, welcome back to PSL Living. I'm Jenny Groh, and Rita Hart from the Humane Society of St. Lucie County is here. And you have sort of they're all kind of sad stories sometimes, I swear, but Annie is here with us today, and she's got sort of a sad story.
An extra sad story.
Can you tell us a little bit about Annie and sort of where she came from?
Yeah, she's a special girl. You're right, she is a special story. She's, as you can see, a little nervous, and that's to be understood.
Right.
Annie's one of the 19 dogs from a hoarding situation that came into our shelter in March, so about 2 months ago. And they were initially all taken to the Fort Pierce shelter, and from there 4 of those dogs came to the Port St. Lucie shelter where my office is located.
Right.
And so Annie was one of those 4, and she actually was the one that came around the quickest to responding to humans and responding to us in general. They're about 2 years old, all of them. Annie and her kennel mates had spent their entire lives up till that point in crates. They were never walked on a leash. They weren't housebroken, obviously. They didn't really know human interaction of any kind, so they were terrified when they came into us. I have photographs of them in those first days, and they make me want to cry when I just look at the pictures.
Well, she can't get closer to you now, so I think, yeah, she's taken to you.
Yeah, well, she's in a new situation yet again right now, so she's not quite this nervous when normally when she's around us. But what happened with Annie came around very quickly, responded to all of us at the shelter. She gives kisses. She's very sweet, very gentle, very calm. She's starting to learn how to walk real well on a leash. And Annie did get adopted, but unfortunately her owner had to go into the hospital for surgery and for an extended stay, and I guess she wasn't able to keep her. So Annie came back into our shelter a few weeks ago. And she's available for adoption.
Great.
She had already been spayed before she went to that home the first time, so she's really ready to go out the door again. And we're hoping that won't take too long, because it breaks our heart, well, that any of them have to be in kennels, but in a case like this especially so, because she has known nothing but kennel life, really. And when we get her out and we get her into the play yard, she's playful, she's fun, as I said, she's affectionate. For the reasons that I've already stated, we would like her to go to a home where someone is home with her all day. And that can be, doesn't necessarily have to be a retired couple, but perhaps a couple that works different shifts, or because of the start she had in life, we really don't want her left alone all day. We feel that wouldn't be best for her. And because she's very gentle, she's not in any way, shape, or form aggressive, but she's nervous, and because of that, we think that probably a home with kids 10 and older would be best for her. So, but she's healthy, and the dogs were fed well, and so they weren't underweight when they came into us. They're healthy. She needs a haircut, but she did get a bath earlier today, so she smells good, and she's just a doll. I don't know how else to describe her except to say that she is a lifetime of love waiting for whoever.
She may have had a rough beginning, but hopefully she'll have a nice, happy ending. So, now, what kind of a breed is Annie?
She's a poodle mix. I'm not sure what she's mixed with. Maybe a cockapoo. For those, she's she's not a purebred, or at least we can't testify to that, because we have no papers or anything to go with her, but she's definitely got poodle in her, maybe a little terrier.
And then the grooming sort of goes along with that breed, right?
Yeah, she's got longish curly hair, which if it's let go too long can become matted. And of course
that's to keep it short and trim.
Just to make her look pretty.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're all about that.
Yeah, absolutely. If anyone's interested or wants more information about Annie, what's the best way for people to get information?
Well, Annie is back at the Port St. Lucie facility, so if anyone wants to see her, they should come there. It's at 8890 North Northwest Glades Cutoff Road.
Okay.
I would ask that people call if they've never been there before and aren't sure where it is, to call, because we're hearing that people's GPS systems are not taking them in the right direction.
Oh no.
And so we get calls, where are you?
Oh no.
And I think that's because the building is so new. So
Right, it's not registering quite yet. Okay.
Right, so that'll change eventually. But the phone number is 461-0687. And our website with a picture of Annie on it is at hsslc.org.
Okay.
But again, I think the best thing is to come see her in person.
Absolutely.
And fall in love.
Absolutely. Well, she is. Like you said, she's a doll. She's very sweet. She can't be any more. I don't think she can be any closer to you. So I think she would do really well. Definitely. She's just missing out on that human element, and she's got to make up for it. It's been a long time.
Yeah,
so.
they all responded well, right off the bat to the human touch, but we approached them cautiously because we understand that they're not used to that, and so you kind of want to go on their time frame, not your own.
Right.
But Annie especially, really, she was the first one to give kisses, and when she was in the shelter the first time, and the day that the 4 that were with us were spayed and neutered, one by one they had their surgery, and I sat in the feature room in a rocking chair, and one by one, as they came out wrapped in blankets, I rocked them. I felt like I was in a neonatal nursery.
Exactly. Well, that's very sweet. They're definitely lucky to have you there. I know that you love the animals so much, and
sure do.
We really appreciate you stopping by, and I can't imagine Annie's going to be with you guys much longer.
I hope next week I can tell you she's found her forever home.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just give us that phone number one more time.
772-461-0687.
Okay, perfect. Rita Hart from the Humane Society of St. Lucie County, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And thanks, Annie, for stopping by and visiting with us.
Say thanks, Jenny.
No problem. We'll be right back after this message.